Hey everyone, welcome to the EV show by Ludicrous Feed. Nice of you to join us tonight. If you're watching live, hello. Make sure you drop a comment. And if you're watching us on replay, hello as well. Thanks for joining us on audio podcast as well. Today is Wednesday, the 6th of November, a balmy evening in Sydney. Hopefully it's nice wherever you are watching or listening to at this time. I want to thank our sponsors for the show for tonight. Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution. And a new sponsor for the show and moving forward, Hankook Tyres, driving emotion. Thank you very much, Hankook, for joining us as sponsors of the EV show and also as Ludicrous Feed, the brand as well. Let's say hello to our co-host as always. Hello, Mr. Riz Akhtar from Carloop. How you going?
Hey Tom, going well. Just landed from Hobart earlier in the week and got to meet a whole lot of our listeners and viewers, which was great to see.
Fantastic, yeah. A lot of our listeners and viewers are watching and listening tonight. So yeah, thanks for heading along to the AEVA Expo in Hobart. Hope you all had a good time and hopefully Riz got to sign your cars over the weekend, Riz.
Well, nearly did. Stan nearly let me, but then he had to go up a mountain to record how efficient the Polestar 2 was.
Nice one. Anyway, if I was there, I would have asked you to sign my car, definitely, Riz.
Thanks, Tom.
Next time, maybe. All right, well, let's say hello to some of our viewers tonight. So hello, Murray. Nice to see you there. And hello, Aaron, coming from a warm Canberra. Yeah, warm in Sydney as well this evening. SWS tuning in from New Zealand this week. Hey, we're going international. Nice one. And hello, Strolling Sydney. Hello, How. Yes, we can't ignore that the US election is all but done. Can't take much more. Let's get back to talking about EVs, hey, things that actually matter. Hello, Jason. He says hi to Tom and the Rizmeister from the mid-north coast. And hello, Richard from St. Helens in Tasmania this evening. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you. And hello, Mitch. Nice to see you as well from Team Seal. Yes. Does that mean only Tesla owners come out on top? We shall see moving forward. Yes, Jez. Hello. Yes, it is Wednesday night already, indeed. Hello, Andrew. Nice to see you. Hello, Scott. Hi there. And Jason. Nice to see you as well. Billy asks, do we get a better deal on new tires now, given that Hankook is now a sponsor? Yeah, well, we'll see. I'd like to get a deal for our viewers for sure from our sponsors, Hankook. So we'll see what they come up with at the upcoming International EV show in Sydney. So stay tuned for that.
Well, Billy, I think there must be something cooking with the K.
Nice one. Hello, Tassie Evie, nice to see you. And Richard saying he got Riz to sign his bottom. Wow, how did that go,
Look,
Riz?
Anything goes. If you drive an EV, whatever you want signed, I'll sign it.
How about that? That's a good offer. Better than anything else we can come up with here. Kit says, as a meteorologist, I love the Ludicrous Feed tradition of saying hello with a weather report. Yes, feel like I should take it up a notch. So hello from Melbourne Inner North, where it's 17.1 degrees, humidity of 76%. Ooh, I love that. Very detailed, yeah. Nice and warm where you are, Riz, or a bit cool this evening?
Definitely warm. But it was nice and refreshing down in Hobart, and the good people of Tasmania really put on a good show.
Good. I'm glad I looked after you. Hey, Jeanette from Monto, Queensland. 32 degrees. Wow. Hello, Charles. Nice to see you. And yes, hello, everyone else as well. Nice to see you as well. As I said before, the Sydney International EV Auto Show is coming up this weekend. We've got 5 tickets to give away this evening. But the good news also is that anyone who is a Ludicrous Feed member, standard range, and if you've been a member for more than 6 months, so 6 months or more, reach out to me with an email, tom@ludicrousfeed.com. I've got a double pass to give to you tonight, as well as our long range and performance members. So feeling extra generous tonight, Riz. As I said, anyone with a standard range membership of 6 months or longer, reach out to me by email, and we will send you some tickets. Otherwise, for everyone else, we have got some tickets to give away who's not a member or has been a member for less than 6 months. And if you want to enter tonight, just hashtag electric. That's what we need. Hashtag electric. And we will draw some tickets tonight. You get 5 tickets to give, or 5 double passes to give away. So tag your comments with hashtag electric. Like I said, anyone who's a standard range, 6 months or more, long range or performance member who's won, or anyone else who's won before in the show, please don't enter. But everyone else, hashtag electric will give away 5 double passes for the Sydney International EV Auto Show. All right. Yeah, and Riz and myself will be at the auto show this weekend on Friday and possibly Saturday for Riz. But we've got lots of talks to come up to head along to, lots of cars to see. And one car that might be there is, as you may or may not know, is the Zeekr 001 FR and 007. Thanks to our informant, Mr. Biskoff, who's sent us these pictures here. Look at this beast of a car here.
Some good looking cars right there.
Now, this one has been co-designed with former F1 driver Kimi Raikkonen, and it is a absolute beast on the track, as Riz and I have experienced in China. And this will be on display at the Sydney International EV Auto Show this weekend. So come along, as well as the Zeekr 007 in a beautiful yellow there. That'll be on display as well as the 009 behind. So the whole lineup will be there as well as the Zeekr X. But that yellow certainly is very stunning. Top of that
we need
carrier.
we need car companies to do more colors, special colors. So yeah, that yellow is definitely a bit of a highlight for anyone that's into old school Japanese cars as well. There was a Supra that used to be in that color, and very few cars are. That's awesome to see. 007's an incredible looking car in person.
Absolutely. And the 001 FR is a beauty as well. So that's my ideal type, Riz. Like that shooting brake style, sporty look. If that comes to Australia, I'd be very keen to put an order in for that thing. Amazing.
It's got some pretty cool features as well. I think you saw in some of your videos when you were in China, Tom, the rear with that little button where the air suspension allows the rear to be lowered and raised. Yes. Very cool.
Yeah, very versatile. So head along to the Sydney International EV Auto Show this weekend. Okay, so in other news, Riz, of course, we know that the car sales numbers was released this week. And interesting news, the MG outselling Tesla for the very first time in Australia, the MG4. That's amazing, really.
Yeah, pretty much. I think they sold over 1,400 cars, which of just the MG4, which makes it more sales than Tesla Model Y and Model 3 in that month. So yeah, quite good to see.
And that is combined, like Model Y and Model 3.
Yeah.
So quite amazing, really. And I think we can probably attribute that to heavy discounts from MG themselves. You could, at one stage, for a week or two, drive away with an Excite 51 kilowatt hour entry-level model MG4 for, just over $30,000, which is insane. That's like almost the cost of like a Toyota Corolla, I think some people were saying.
Yeah, they were, some may say we're giving it away. So 31
Not drive away,
grand
giveaway.
Giveaway basically was Oprah Winfrey sort of moment there, but 31 grand drive away, and now I think the price has been bumped up for November to 32,990 drive away. So yeah, that, I don't think we'll see that huge number of sales in November, but it'll certainly be more than the average, which sits at about, I think, 420 cars a month on average for the whole year for MG4.
Yeah, pretty good. So there you go. Price is everything in this current market. Cost of living pressures, of course, and everything else. But just goes to show, Tesla is beatable if you've got the right price. So MG has certainly shown that. Interesting that the Atto 3 once again overtook the seal in sales for BYD. And BMW doing well, featuring again in the top 10. So well done to BMW.
Yeah, and it appears that, something else notable is that all three of BYD's electric models sold, I think, 710 units, which is the lowest that we have seen from BYD the whole year. So clearly the push is on the Sea Lion 6, the plug-in hybrid, and the recently launched Shark 6 Ute.
Indeed, yep. Well, I know we don't regularly track PHEV sales, but certainly that is the hot topic of the month at the moment, with the Shark 6 being launched earlier this month, or late last month, I should say. So, I guess we should keep an eye on things on the sideline for plugins at least. So there it is. There's the BEV sales, and 6.2%, I think it was, or 6.4%.
Yeah, same as September.
Yep, very similar. I think sales were down overall too, weren't they, for cars in general?
Yeah, they got close to 100,000 if you include all the electric vehicle numbers. But all in all, the market itself is quite interesting. I mean, for people to continue to buy ICE vehicles in large numbers and now plug-in hybrids slightly skewing the overall numbers, it would be interesting to see. Actually, another big bit of news out of China this week, which is, I guess, signs of the times, is that Neo is flagging potentially having plug-in hybrid models.
Ah, okay. I think I
So
might have heard
that's
that
saying
too,
something.
actually. Exactly, yeah. I think that's where the demand certainly is. BYD, Neo, I think Zeekr's doing it as well. So interesting times ahead. Interesting. I mean, would have thought China with decent charging infrastructure, EVs are the way to go. But yeah, I mean, Australia certainly does make sense to some extent. If you want to go outside the major arterials, you may not have the charging infrastructure there. So yeah, I think that's why the Shark 6 is proving quite popular. Over 2,000 orders, I think BYD was saying on the website.
Yeah, but I wonder what's, part of the whole discussion around that is it really the range or is it more the value for money? In the sense that when you can buy, the Sea Lion 5, I think it is, which is a new plug-in hybrid, sort of the Atto 3 size type of car for 18,000 Australian dollars. And when you've got Sea Lion 6s available for sort of early 20,000s, 25,000 dollars.
Mm,
And then you can see the margins they've got here in Australia. The Sea Lion starts close to 50.
yeah. Yep.
So, that's what the telling tale is now, that you put a smaller battery in, small, and put an ICE engine that you produce at, you know, hundreds and thousands of those every month. Then you can bring the price right down. And for most people, but one interesting part about that is when we were in Hangzhou, there were quite a few plug-in hybrids, but it wasn't like they were running on their petrol engines.
Mm, that's right.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
that's right. And in China, if you're a plug-in hybrid, you do qualify for the green plate as well. So, that certainly falls under that free green plate category. But you're right, in China, that the places we were at and my subsequent BYD trip, a lot of the streets were very quiet. It's nice to be walking around without the hum of the petrol engine. Just nice, quiet streets, and that's the kind of future we can hopefully hope for. In Australia even. I suppose if as I've tested with the Sea Lion 6, you can drive around the cities with just the electric powertrain most of the time. You can drive it all the way down to 15%. So maybe that's the future for some people. I know it's a perceived range anxiety for a lot of people, and maybe this is a way to sort of get into the plug-in habit to realize, you know what, I can actually survive most of my year with the electric powertrain. So this could be a nice transition vehicle. Anyway, we shall see what happens with the Shark 6 and other plugins as well in our market. Hal's saying UK hit 20% market share, which is a great sign. There you go. That's good.
Yeah, I think I saw 21% in the UK, and
Mm,
that's pretty impressive.
mm,
I wonder what discounting was happening there, but at the same time, these are battery electric vehicles only, so not plug-ins.
mm.
So yeah, good times.
Yeah, and obviously Australia's a few months behind, so hopefully we'll see our numbers picking up too as time goes on. What happened to Xpeng sales? Well, I mean, I think these figures only reflect delivery numbers, right, Riz? So we don't know how many orders they've got yet at this stage.
Yeah, I don't think they've started to officially deliver cars yet, unless they've delivered very few of them.
Mm,
And the other thing I didn't see in the VFAX numbers anyway, and maybe they're not part of this, but Smart, apparently there were deliveries. I'm not sure if there were deliveries in the beginning of November or so people have started to pick up their Smart hashtag threes,
hmm,
as far as I
okay,
can see.
great. Well, if you have, let us know in the comments there. That'd be great. Let's take some more comments. So yeah, Scott says Model 3 Highland has dropped away. The MG effect? I think so. Price discounting does help.
So a quick question on that. Um, Model 3 performance. I know it's like low volume numbers. That car is still like $10,000 above the long range, I think, if not more than that. We Yeah, that car's price needs to come down. I know it's relatively new, but it's a segment of the market that is looking for performance vehicles that want to upgrade
Mm.
their older Teslas, and currently it's slightly on the pricier end of where it should be. But does this also indicate that there is potentially more discounts from even Tesla?
I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of a lot of car companies, MG of course, are discounting and putting pressure on Tesla. So this could be a wake up call, given that they just had their numbers released this month, and they're not number one anymore. So interesting times ahead. Not so good for current owners who've just bought recently, but good for the second-hand market. Good also for new owners or potential owners coming in to looking for an EV. All right, let's keep going for now. Hello, Sydney EV. Nice to see you. And Mark B, I suspect company-owned PHEVs are rarely plugged. Yeah, so that's something we'd like to encourage. If you do own a plug-in hybrid, it's definitely worth plugging in every night to get that electric powertrain use during the day, and that'll certainly reduce your reliance on fuel for sure. A lot cheaper to be running on electricity. All right, let's keep going. But for now, we'll just quickly just talk about the fact that we have some tickets to give away for the Sydney International EV Auto Show coming up this weekend. So if you'd like to be in the running to win one of 5 double passes, #electric, only 4 entries at the moment. So yeah, you've got a good chance of winning tonight. If you are a standard range member, long range or performance member, please send me an email, particularly those who've been standard range for more than 6 months, then you can qualify for 2 double passes for this show. So let me know, send me an email. All right, let's keep going. So we can't have a show, Riz, without some Cybertruck news. So now we've seen Cybertruck in North America, but look at this. We've got Cybertruck now in Korea. So South Korea's biggest K-pop rapper G-Dragon gets driven around in a registered Cybertruck. Is this in Korea or is this in America?
Hard to tell. All I'll say is a rapper's a rapper, regardless of where they are. Looks like it's Korea, I guess, with that signage.
Does, doesn't it? It's fiddling with something, trying to remain incognito. It probably,
Yeah.
I think it is probably Korea. Getting a lot of press there. All right, so there you go. It's definitely going worldwide. Cybertruck. And what else have we got? We've got Cybertruck Dually, or I can't pronounce it. Is it Dually or Dually?
I think Joali, it's I'm assuming it's referring to the wheels in the back there.
Yep.
Now SEMA, which is a pretty big aftermarket sort of showcase in the US, a lot of custom stuff, and this is one of the custom trucks that is going to SEMA for showcase this year.
Fantastic. Well, if you're lucky enough to be in SEMA, make sure you check that out. Looks good. Now, just sticking with utes and trucks for the time being, there's been a lot of commentary around the BYD Shark 6, of course, but in Thailand, the Geely Riddara has been launched and is available to view at some of their showrooms. So this has been sent by one of our viewers, Steve A. He is based in Bangkok, Thailand, and he has sent some nice pictures for us to look at. So let me just read what he says about this. So he said, the first Riddara showroom opened in Thailand. They've released 4 models, 2 types of two-wheel drive, 63 and 73.9 kilowatt hour, and a four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive being 73.9 and 86 kilowatt hour as well. So prices on the road start, including home charger, at the equivalent of 40,000 Australian dollars up to 58,400 Australian dollars. So pretty good pricing there. And he test drove the top four-wheel drive, very comfortable drive, and it was 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's the car yard there full of Riddaras. What do you think of this, Riz? Full electric ute, which is good, and styling's not too bad either.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think it's good that they're right-hand drive. They're available. if Geely brings this or Riddara brings it to Australia, priced at round about 50 grand, 55 grand. I think it will definitely get a few people to think about this over the BYD Shark 6.
Mm.
Now, there is a little bit of commentary that this ute is built off apparently an electric SUV platform. Oh, yeah.
There's Richard saying that. Yep. Okay.
So, it's a pro and a con. Some people really wouldn't mind because they're using it just as a utility more than anything else. But then there's others, that want to take it off-roading and do a whole lot of other things that they would do with traditional ICE 4x4 utes. Might not be for them, but for most councils, most others doing stuff around the cities, around towns, it might be what, people need. We'll just never know.
Yeah, Richard says it's closer to a Falcon Ute or a Brumby. You know what? Actually, you're right. For me, my purposes, I don't need a big truck. I think this would be actually preferable for me, a smaller style Ute. Like the old, Holden Monaros, right? The performance style Ute. You just need it for the carrying capacity in the back, the payload, rather than towing. So this could be a good option for a full electric Ute over something else that's bigger. So not a bad thing. Yeah, nice color as well. Don't mind that at all. So hopefully Geely will bring this to Australia just for another option. This is in, addition to what was the LDV e-Terron 9 you saw in Melbourne last week.
Yeah, that's right. So there's that as well. 102 kilowatt hour battery pack, 430 kilometers of range, all-wheel drive. Seems to have a lot of V2L plugs all around it. 3.5 ton towing. Not sure what it actually means, but 3.5 ton brake towing. So, yeah, I guess this ute space is heating up, but surely they can't price it like they priced the last one at 92.5 grand.
No, surely not. I mean, it's got a big ass battery, 102 kilowatt hour. So that might bump the price up a little bit, but yeah, anything too expensive is just going to be laughed at, I think. So hopefully they'll price
there's competition now. There's competition, right? Shark 6 is one of it. There's GWM is bringing another plug-in hybrid. There is just quite a few. And if Geely will bring this radar or Riddara to Australia, 50, 60 grand, I think there'll be quite a few buyers for that as well.
It's a good name as well, Riddara. Sounds pretty tough, right? Might give the Shark a bit of a run for its money. Riddara versus Shark. We'll see.
Actually, just on the Shark, have you seen some of their billboards?
I haven't, no.
It's something along, and maybe our viewers can correct me, but something along the lines of there's a new shark in the pond or something along those lines.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's pop this up. Maybe you can see this. Right. So what are some of the taglines? The Great White Shark, also available in the Great Other something. Great Other Colors, Shark 6, okay. Evolved to endure the harshest petrol prices. And here in Hungary for adventure, Shark 6. Interesting. Okay. Well, at least they're trying something new.
There's one there, Tom. I think it's just on the bottom there in the middle. One. Yeah, big pond needs a...
Big fish.
That one.
Shark 6. Yeah. Okay.
Bit on the cheesy front, but I mean, look, if that sells cars, who knows?
Exactly. Well, let's not give them too much free advertising, but there you go. There's some examples of some of the billboards around our cities. So yeah, if you've seen any others, let us know. We'll put them up next week. Okay, so let's keep going. Lost my share screen. Let me have a look. We're going to talk about more Tesla news in the meantime. So this is another Tesla update. Looks like Tesla may soon let you display your actual license plate in the vehicle's visualization on the screen. I don't know how useful this would be. I mean, do you really? I suppose, I don't know, would you need your plate on display all the time? I know as a content creator, I'd prefer not to have my plate showing too often, just for privacy issues. But, Riz, can you see how this could be useful?
Unless it's a rental, and then they have to go through some toll booths or something where they've got to put in the number plate. But, in the US, a lot of the plates, there's no need to display your plate at the front. they also have digital plates in some states, which you have to sort of, I think, pay a subscription for. But yeah, not sure where it would really be that useful. But I do like that one. Pikachu.
Pikachu. Look, to be honest, like this is a first world problem, but sometimes with all the press cars that you and I test, sometimes I lose track of what car I'm driving, what plate I have. So I do have to come out of the car and take a photo of it to plug into some car parks require to plug in your license plate. So this could be one use case for it. So anyway. Okay, let's keep going. And speaking of software updates, so we finally are seeing a rollout of the EV trip planning for some of the BYD cars. So it looks like Atto 3 will be the first type of car to receive this. Thanks, Jason, for highlighting this for us. So version 1.7.1, if you are already installed with that in your car, let us know. But yeah, lots of nice features there, including new languages. But EV trip planning, that's a big one on navigation. So looking forward to testing that one. Seat heating ventilation switch, that's really good because it's actually quite hard to get to without a shortcut. Electric defrost switch, that's good as well. Oh, password to drive. Oh,
Pin to drive. I don't know what people in BYD are doing, but clearly they've been in touch with their counterparts in Texas.
That's right. Oh, wake up free command. Support English and Chinese. There you go. That'll be good. Or maybe I should set mine in Chinese. That way it's going to be harder to unlock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Add continuous dialogue. Okay, that's for the wake free command. Password to drive? Is that going to be, that's numbers or is that words as well?
Curious to see. Look, I think it's cool. I think in Tesla world, it's pin to drive.
Yeah.
That's numbers.
Yep. Optimize Android Auto CarPlay experience. That'll be good because at the moment with BYD, CarPlay fills up your whole screen. So if we can have the car controls down the bottom, I don't know. We'll find out what it looks like on the update. Okay, another sort of optimize ICC behavior on the curve. Hey, that's their cruise control. Maybe they've been watching my videos and me complaining about it. We'll see. We'll see if they fixed it finally. That'll definitely be worth testing. And optimize TSR recognition accuracy too. So, all right. So once my seal gets this, we will do a video on that. So stay tuned, everyone.
So quick one. Is this on the back of? Why is it going to the Atto first? Is this on the back of what happened at a Euro NCAP, putting out there that the self-driving system in the Atto 3 is not great?
It could very well be actually, because we talked about that last week. About their self-drive not being very good. Interesting. Maybe. Well, whatever it is, it's nice to have the Atto 3 drivers get an update for the first before Seal drivers, right?
Yeah.
Bit of a nice win there. Now, Jason sent me a Facebook message about the Seal update, so let's have a quick look here. Okay. So we've got Seal already getting version 1.3.1 software update in UK and Ireland. Australian release expected soon. So thank you for that, Jason. Looks like I won't be too far behind. Looking forward to it. Awesome. Let's keep going, guys. So don't forget, if you want to win some tickets tonight for the Sydney International Auto Show, if you've just joined us, #electric. We're giving away 5 double passes. And anybody who's been a standard range member for more than 6 months, send me an email. I'll send you a couple of tickets if you need for this weekend. 5 tickets to give, or 5 passes to give away, so you've got a good chance to win tonight. And at the halfway point, thanks for joining us. And I just want to shout out once again to our sponsors, Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution. And our new sponsor tonight, Hankook Tyres, driving emotion. Looking forward to hopefully getting some deals from Hankook for our viewers. We'll suss them out at the upcoming EV show. So thank you, Hankook. Thank you, Riz from Carloop. Much appreciated. Okay, let's keep pushing on with some more news. Some breaking news this week. Leapmotor, which is, of course, part of the Stellantis group. Australia's dealer network will have a presence in most of our major capital cities. 2 in Queensland, Brisbane and Gold Coast, including Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, and Canberra. And they'll be mostly based in Stellantis-based dealerships, and that is to, of course, sell their C10 SUV. So this is good.
Actually, one interesting part about this is that in the press release today, they also mentioned that they're preparing to also launch the smaller B10, which was unveiled at, I think, the Paris Auto Show recently.
Oh, okay.
So that's also on its way to Australia, and not the T03, which is the little electric hatchback that we could have gotten in the country. That's the one, B10.
B10. Yep. Yeah, I saw a few of these cars with logos in China recently. That's kind of a smaller SUV, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's smaller than the C10.
What was the other one?
Well, yeah, it was C10, and this is the B10, and our
Yep.
T03.
Yep, that's it. Let's have a look at that. Yeah. Oh, this one's cute, isn't it? Like a little tiny little hatch, maybe a seagull equivalent.
Well, yeah, so this, they haven't confirmed it or anything like that, but it's going to Europe. It's already available actually in some parts of Europe.
Mm.
Also, last week or so, I'm getting a little bit confused. There is the Dolphin Mini, whether it's coming, Seagull, is it coming, not
Yep.
coming? I get told it's not coming, but then some other publication writes saying it's definitely confirmed. So I know you can probably fit 3 of Dolphin Minis in the Shark, but they've got to let us know, because there is a bit of market. Because if that car comes to Australia, it might be the first car sort of in its mid $20,000 price bracket.
Yep.
There is a market for inner city small electric cars.
And don't say it's too small. I've been seeing a lot of Kia Picantos driving around Sydney, especially in the inner city. Saw a few today.
Yeah.
So there is a market for that, definitely. A lot of delivery drivers would appreciate something like that too. So
For sure.
yeah, we'll see. I think if Leapmotor, if you're watching or listening, this could be your chance to jump the market with a small EV like this. We want to see one starting with a 2, brand new, and this could be the winner. Cool. Let's take some comments. So Tassie EV, hopefully Hankook make the 19-inch tire size for the new 2024 Kona. Currently not available. Hopefully you're enjoying your Kona, Tassie. And thank you, Hanzo, for doing a #electric comment. That's what you need to do tonight to win a double pass, 1 of 5 double passes tonight for the show. And Justin, good to see Gold Coast getting included in that list as well. So that's right. So we're talking about the Stellantis Leapmotor C10 and dealerships being rolled out, well, dealer network being rolled out across Australia. So good to see. Excellent. Let's keep going. So now we spoke about Zeekr a bit earlier, Riz. Now, I love shooting brakes. I love estates. It's my ideal type of car. I think you do as well. I love the 007 when I saw it in Hangzhou and around China in general. I do love the 001. But if this car came to Australia, if anyone from Zeekr is watching tonight, deposits will be placed. The Zeekr 007 Wagon spotted in China, set to launch in 2025. We know China moves quickly. They're probably going to be accurate launching in 2025. I think, the Zeekr, what is it called? The big one, the 7X? I think that's... I find SUVs still too big for my personal use, but if this came to Australia, this would be my go-to. I just love the front lights. It just looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Looks awesome, yeah.
Yeah. Now, will this have the golden battery? The fast charging one?
I'd say so. I think the 007 does have that as one of its offerings, the LFP 75 kilowatt hour battery pack. The only thing is, Tom, we might not have chargers that can charge that quick.
This is true. Unfortunately not. So this is a nice little chart actually of Zeekr's product line. Where do they all fit? And they've got a comparison here as well, like the Beluga as a comparison. So the Zeekr 009, Zeekr Mix in the MPV section. You got the Zeekr X in the SUV, and then sedans 001, 007, 001 FR. So that's quite a nice little pictorial there. So yeah, hopefully Zeekr will bring more of their cars. We know the 001 and 007 will be at the Sydney show this weekend. 001FR, just to qualify that. So go check that out. But there is a camo 007 station wagon on a carrier there. So exciting times ahead. Any specs? Let's see. 4880 millimeters in length, so longer than a Tesla Model Y. Wheelbase 2928. Rear-wheel drive 310 kilowatts. Wow, that's insane. And 475 for all-wheel drive. 75 kilowatt hour LFP and 100 kilowatt hour NMC battery. Amazing. Good stuff. All right. Let's. Thank you, Jason, gifting 5 Ludicrous Feed memberships. Much appreciated. And thank you, Scott. Yes, if you could hit the like button, that'd be great. Helps us move forward with the show. Andrew, good question. When can we order the 7X? Something you need to ask Zeekr when you attend the Sydney EV show this weekend. Enough people ask that, they'll bring it sooner. We know Zeekr like feedback on that stuff. So, yeah. Now, speaking of sexy Chinese cars, here's another one. So the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra EV prototype has become the fastest four-door car at the Nurburgring with a lap time of 6:46.874. Super stuff.
Very quick. This is still a prototype. Now, Lei Jun, the CEO, the rockstar CEO of Xiaomi, has said that they've also announced the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra, not just the prototype. Now, they reckon once they can start production of that, they will be taking it back to the Nurburgring to see what it can do. And I think the goal of that car will be to try and beat the Porsche Taycan Weissbach edition that topped it in just over, I think, 7 minutes and 6 seconds or something like that. And the Model S Plaid with the track pack was 7:27 from memory. So, yeah, it's still a big achievement.
That's right. So this is a stripped down prototype, of course, but it's a long lap. 6 minutes, 7 minute times. Considering most F1 laps are in the minute 20 category, so it's a very long lap. But I could watch this all day.
20 odd kilometers, the Nurburgring track, and the other thing about this lap time is you can probably see the track's a bit damp in certain sections. So with slightly drier track, if the Ultra itself can do it under 6 minutes 50 on a dry track, that would be pretty impressive, because that Ultra has a pricing of $115,000 a tri-motor, sort of a basically a hypercar. So yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see. There's a single Viper on this particular car you can see in the middle there, but the actual production version has twin Viper blades. So yeah, pretty cool to see. Well done to Xiaomi.
It's no slouch. 150 around the curves, and I saw 250 on the straight. This could make a really cool safety car, I think, for some of the road races around. So we shall see. But yeah, I'll stop watching that. It's pretty cool. Thank you for posting that. And now let's keep moving on. Ray's saying, yeah, I'd love to see that car at Bathurst. Yeah, that'd be fun. Be a nice little lap there on Mount Panorama. And Gaffer, nice to see you. Checked out the Zeekr while I was in Sydney last weekend. Yes, nice one. Lots of Zeekr at the show, along with other OEMs as well. So definitely worth attending this weekend if you can. Jono X, smart #3 deliveries have already started, as Riz pointed out earlier in the show. Looks good. The matte paint, yeah. Nice one. I do like the smart #3. That was my favorite on that test drive day with Riz. Okay, let's keep going. And now, we know the Japanese are a bit slow with, adopting EV technology, but the Suzuki brand, which is of course under the Toyota brand, has released their first ever EV. This is called the eVitara. Now the prototype was called the EVX, so eVitara makes sense. I think there is a Suzuki eVitara already, so eVitara, people are familiar with the name. Due to launch in markets like Europe, India, and Japan in 2025. Nothing on Australian markets just yet. Let's have a look at some specs. So we've got a 49 kilowatt hour two-wheel drive and 61 kilowatt hour four-wheel drive. Suzuki's one of those brands, Riz, that you kind of love, right? They make great little cars, and this could be a little cult favorite maybe moving forward.
Well, that's it. They do make the Suzuki Jimny, which a lot of people wanted an electric version of, which is, I think, there's a couple of Chinese brands making them over there. So this is, yeah, good to see. But,
Mm.
you know, I guess, will it come to Australia? Not sure. Other Japanese brands aren't bringing much here. So if they can sell a Suzuki Swift for like mid 20,000s now, then this is likely to be $750,000 by the time it gets here.
I mean, measuring 4.275, so you're looking at, Volvo EX30 kind of territory, small little SUV. So yeah, I think this could be quite a fun little car for a young family or even just a couple living around the city. And not a bad battery pack as well, 49 kilowatt hour for base, 61 for the bigger one, and available in all-wheel drive as well. So we'll see. Hopefully Suzuki will bring this to Australia. Good to have another option. I was curious too, is reading through the Driven this week that Norway, we know Norway's got a very high EV uptake, but their number one selling car was the Toyota BZ4X of all things. I find that quite hard to believe, having driven that car myself.
Look, anything's possible. At least they're not going down plug-in hybrids. Um, so, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Some brands have certain months that they're quite do quite well in sales. Not sure what
Hmm.
the reason behind it is in Norway. Any of our avid listeners and viewers that are always on Toyota Watch may know a bit more.
Yeah, look, we know Toyota's obviously a very reliable brand. That's why people buy it. They last a long time, so maybe that's what people are going for. Um, Off screen, we're having a bit of a dig at Suzuki here. Considering their petrol cars don't have a huge driving range, should be no range anxiety for Suzuki customers. Ouch. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay, let's move on. Now, Riz, you saw this in Melbourne this week. I think the eTransit custom van.
It was there for display at Mobility Live, along with Ford Ranger plug-in hybrid thing. I mean, they decked it out because they had like a drop saw and a whole lot of other things connected to the back of the Ranger. Not sure how long the drop saw is going to last with that battery pack there, but yeah, this was on show. Good to see. It's not the big eTransit. The custom's a bit smaller. It was unveiled in Europe earlier. I think Germany's when they had their launch a couple of months ago. And now for the first time being showcased here in Melbourne last week.
Yeah, the specs aren't too bad either. 11 kilowatt AC charging, 124 DC, 64 kilowatt hour battery, 337 range, which is plenty for day-to-day driving. Decent tow rating, 2.3 tons as well, so not bad.
The
Pricing?
price,
Hmm.
89 grand.
Yeah, steep, huh? That's the e-transit, right? Currently.
Ah, eTransit. Okay, yeah, that's come down because it was over 100.
Uh,
Um, I'd say it needs to be around the 65 to 70 mark.
okay. Yeah, I'm not in the van market, so I wouldn't have a clue how much vans actually cost. Or what is a cost of an equivalent, say, Ford van?
Uh, Look, the Peugeot E Partner, which is a smaller van, was around 60 grand when I drove it at launch last year.
Mm.
Peugeot actually also unveiled the E Expert for the first time at the Mobility Live show. It's sort of similar size to this particular Transit Custom, and I think that was priced at either 70 grand or something like that, 70 or $75,000. So this would be very similar to that.
Okay. And curious to see too that the Ranger, Ford Ranger PHEV Ute was there too. It's only got 45 kilometer range, 12 kilowatt hour battery. So we're talking like less than half the size of a BYD Shark 6 battery, which is almost 30 kilowatt hour LFP. But it does have a 2.3 liter turbocharged four-cylinder petrol, whereas Shark 6 is 1.5 and has a 3.5 ton towing as well. So yeah, pros and cons of the Ford Ranger. Any indication on pricing yet, Riz, from what you saw? No.
No, I didn't really touch on the pricing with them. I did walk around and spoke to a whole lot of brands.
Mm.
Um, but I guess, they were all electric utes there, Tom. The LDV was there. So
Hmm.
I was more interested in that. But yeah, they definitely did have that on show. Not sure how the plug-in hybrids are actually going to go for them, but you know, they kept the team at Ford kept talking about how the Ranger sells so well, so why change such a good thing? And it's that unfortunately the same mentality that Kodak and others had as well. Why change? Well, Nokia, why should we change?
Yeah, I was going to say
So
that sounds very much like Toyota as well.
yeah,
Caught the same disease. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't tell you what's going to happen. But we'll see. I guess they're obviously listening to the market who want the plugins for now. But surely the future has to be electrification moving forward.
um, at the same show, LDV had their e-Deliver 7, roughly the same size, I think it is, 60 grand, round about that drive away. Oh, sorry, 60 grand plus on roads. So yeah, the van market I think will heat up. BYD recently showcased a few of their products at the IAA transportation show in Germany a couple of months ago. So, if BYD starts to get into that space, given they already make buses and a whole lot of other things, um, I think that could get quite interesting.
Mm.
So at the moment, most people that are buying vans are spending 50 to 55 grand for a ICE van today, Renault Traffic, and a fair few of those other ones. So can't have too much of a difference in pricing between that and the EV version if they want mass adoption.
Yeah, this is true. It is about pricing, unfortunately. Yes, we see with MG4, right? When the price is right, suddenly you realize, you know what, the cost of ownership does come down a lot if they're almost equivalent in terms of pricing with an equivalent car. Electricity is just much cheaper to run than petrol. There's no doubt about that. So we would love to see that price come down. Now, Utes are definitely the flavor of the month. So thanks again to Roland from Zapped, showing us that Tembo electric Ute now has ADR approval. It's got dual cab and single cab variants. ADR approval mentions this has a 130 kilowatt rear motor. It's pretty good. No battery capacity yet. The website states 66 to 77 kilowatt hour, and pricing indication is about 74 to 75, depending on dual or single cab. Not too bad for a full electric ute. For a 60 to 70 kilowatt hour battery, you're looking probably say 300 to 400 kilometers of range. So again, probably useful for, I guess, tradies, right? Who don't necessarily need to tow, maybe, but day-to-day work around towns where you can charge every night. This is the kind of thing that could be very useful.
Yeah, particularly the single cab. If it's one of those sports cabs that has a little bit of more space in the back as well, quite common with councils.
Mm.
Um, but councils are also very conservative. So a new brand, it's always not too sure. So yeah, I wish them all the very best when they do launch.
Mm.
Because yeah, more options we have, the better.
Yep, absolutely. Exciting stuff. Now, just a bit of a feast for our eyes. Now, we dream of charging stations like this in Europe. So let's have a look. So, which do you prefer? We've got one in Germany on the left, and then one in France on the right. Do not adjust your sets. These charging stops are real and legit. Having been to the UK, they definitely do exist, and they are beautiful and gorgeous and undercover, and well serviced as well. So, Riz, which one would you prefer? That one or this one?
I think the other one, because it appears to have quite a few bays. It appears there's some truck charging situation going on there as well.
Mm. Yeah, and are they pull through as well? They drive through or not? Not really. Hard to know.
Hard to tell in that photo. Yeah.
Mm. But this one's well signed. It's got amenities, nice seating areas too, all undercover. So yeah, this one's a nice one. Look, I'd be happy with this one as well. Honestly, this looks better than anything else we've got here in this country most of the time. At least it's undercover and lit as well. This is the kind of future we can only dream of, Riz.
That's it.
Yep. Now, speaking of chargers, we've got Costco maybe entering the chat for EV chargers. Now, we know there are lines outside Costco petrol stations. I know there certainly are in Sydney. I'm not sure about Melbourne, Riz, but I'm sure it's very similar. But if they can do EV charging as well, imagine that, picking up, a 20-liter ice cream from Costco and charging at the same time.
Well, that's exactly right. I don't know if they've got many vehicles that can load that sort of stuff that you buy at Costco. Maybe the Ford custom transit van that you can load stuff into while getting a charge. So
One of the Utes,
anything's
maybe?
possible. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good to see. Not just one, there's two chargers in this one. Well, there's two units, maybe four stalls. But it'd be great to see this in Marsden Park or Lidcombe or somewhere in Sydney and where you are too in Victoria is. So we'll keep an eye on that moving forward.
That's it.
Awesome. Andrew says new store in Melbourne will have EV chargers. Hey, might be one for you to get down to, Riz, with your runners.
Wonder where that one's going to be, because I heard on the grapevine that they're going to shut down the Docklands one because the rents are too high and not many customers.
Oh, Costco?
Yeah, apparently Costco and Docklands, which is like their most central store. It may not be around for much longer, like the Ferris wheel that no longer operates. And anywho, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see wherever this new store is.
Ray Palmer saying Costco will probably get free charge on memberships. Yeah, good point. But high cost for others too. Hey, it's the convenience that matters. Okay, let's move on. Almost at the end of our show, guys. And we've got battery startup opens Australian first factory on the Gold Coast. This is ELumina. This is something that could potentially take the place of tritium, maybe, manufacturing EV chargers in Australia. Opening a plant in southeast Queensland.
Yeah, I think they were the ones that replaced the free wire chargers at Mittagong. Not sure if that site has been fixed yet, because when these went on, it didn't really offer fast charging speeds. So hopefully that's all sorted, and be interesting to see how they sort of develop and roll out more chargers across the country.
That's right. So they are opening a $20 million battery manufacturing facility on the Gold Coast, set to produce 300 batteries and EV chargers annually. So it's good to see. We'll keep an eye on that, of course, into 2025. Excellent. Almost at the end of our show, and what have we got here? This is a story on Jaguar I-Pace EVs deploying or being deployed as robo-taxis in San Francisco, Las Vegas Strip. Let's have a look. Zoox says it plans to deploy the robo-taxis in San Francisco, Las Vegas Strip in the coming weeks. Almost looks like the Tesla Cybervan or the
Robovan?
Robovan. I haven't actually sat in one of these Waymos in San Francisco yet. That'd be something worth doing if I'm ever there. But
Yeah,
looks like that.
apparently it's a good experience. Like, it seems to do what it says it's going to do.
Yeah, it's these things are on like a pre-programmed track, right? They're not sort of. It's not like a infinite loop, infinite sort of free drive, right? It's definitely a prescribed route in the cities that they're in.
Waymo, I think it's sort of travel anywhere in that city.
Oh, okay.
So not sure about Zoox and their sort of technology, but yeah, and apparently a whole few cities in China you can do the same thing. So robotaxis are already operating in those cities.
Interesting. Yeah. Of course, Waymo uses LiDAR and cameras, so a bit different to Tesla self-driving with just cameras, of course. Here we go, expanding to Las Vegas, and they've got, there you go, Tesla Robotaxi down there, on right on cue there. Okay. Excellent. All right, well, I think that's pretty much the end of our show, Riz, and everyone else. So thanks so much for watching, and don't forget we've got some double passes to give away tonight. #electric. Give you guys 30 seconds to enter We've got 5 double passes, and of course, if you've been a standard range member for more than 6 months, shoot me an email tonight. We'll send you out a double pass for this weekend's Sydney International EV Auto Show, which Riz and I will be at. So hashtag electric, everyone. We'll do a draw for 5 double passes very shortly. Now, here we go. John OX says, Waymo isn't on pre-programmed track, but they don't go on freeways just yet. Okay, so there is possibly some geofencing in San Francisco. Awesome. Cool. Let's do the draw, Riz. 11 entries, so you've got a good chance of winning, everyone. So let's do that right now. Let's do it. First winner for tonight's double pass for the Sydney International EV Auto Show is Jason B. Congratulations, you're our first winner. Shoot me an email and let me know which day you want. Second draw will be Mohammed Altaf. Congratulations, double pass heading your way. One more time, 3 more to go, guys. This weekend, by the way, 8th, 9th, and 10th of November at the Sydney International Convention Centre. Michael Ricks, congratulations. Winner number 3. And 2 more. Make sure you say hello if you bump into me. Have a quick chat about EVs. Always happy to talk. Or head along to one of our panels. NBEV, you're our 4th winner. Congratulations. And our lucky last winner for our double pass for the Sydney International EV Auto Show this weekend. Who's it going to be? Enzo, congratulations. There you go. 5 winners for tonight. So hope to see you all at the show this weekend. Riz, thank you once again for joining us as always. Love to hear your insights for tonight's show on all things electric.
Thanks, Tom. Good for everyone to join us today. I think it should be a good show this weekend. Lots to sort of see. Fair few new cars as well. So come and say hi. I think it should be good. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be there Friday. Tom will be there Friday and Saturday. And yeah, I think lots to see. Those Zeekrs look really good, though. So definitely worth checking out because they've been flown in or shipped in specifically for the show.
Yes, correct. As I said on the social media, fresh off the boat and ready for your viewing pleasure. So thanks, everyone. And I shall see you, of those of you who are coming, at the Sydney International EV Auto Show this weekend. Thank you, Riz. I'll see you there as well. And good night for now. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.